Hey everybody, James Van Hees here, and today I want to illustrate to you why using a program like Lightroom or Capture One to prep your files for your client may not be the most efficient use of your time, and why a program that I made called Sendit might be a smart option for you to choose. What is Sendit? Sendit is not a standalone program. It works inside of Photoshop. It's a script, and what it does is it automates the packaging of your files for your clients. It automatically will find and detect your subject, and it will build whatever crops you want around that subject. You can build a complete recipe, I don't know, 16, 17 different variations if you want, and the program is going to intelligently crop those files specifically to what you want and what you request, whether it be a 5x7, an 8x10, a 16x9, something specific for a social media platform, an Instagram, a LinkedIn profile, a LinkedIn cover maybe. Maybe you're doing stuff in Pinterest or wherever. You can create a complex set of recipes for Sendit to operate, and it will just execute it on whatever your command is, and it will execute it and it will organize the files. It's going to rename them and it's going to sort them into their own little folders automatically. So where does the savings come in? Because you can do a lot of those functions in Capture One and in Lightroom. You can set some presets for export. You can tell it specifically what sizes to export. Where you're going to be saving the time mostly is going to be in this cropping factor, right? So let me just show you here. Let me illustrate it. It might be a little easier. I am going to jump into now Lightroom. And let's say I have, let's pick a couple guys. I'm going to pick this guy, and I'm going to pick somebody on, let's pick this guy, and then let's pick left, right, center, this guy. Okay, so we have these three guys. Let's, just for the sake, let's tag these guys red. That guy's red, that guy's red, that guy's red. Okay, great. Let's just turn on filters. Rated. I just want to, just so I only have those three guys up, and then we're not looking at anybody else. Boom. Okay, so we're just looking at those three guys there. So these three photos are three photos that I want to create a few different crops for. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. I am going to create 5 crops. I'm going to create a 5x7 vertical, a 16x9 horizontal, a Facebook size, which is 1080 by 1350. I'm going to create 2 LinkedIn profiles also that are square, one that's zoomed out and one that's zoomed in a little bit. So I'm going to try to do that on these 3 guys. I'm going to work on the crops, and then we're going to see how long it takes me to do the crops on those guys. And let's just say, like, I'm very motivated to do this and very motivated to do this fast. And I'm going to do it the fastest way that I know how. And that's going to be in my catalog, creating virtual copies of each of these photos. So typically we would do it one at a time. But for the sake of this workflow, I'm going to create 5 virtual copies for each file. So let's go ahead and let's do that. And to make things a little sportier, I'm going to turn on a timer here, and we're going to see how long it takes me just to do the cropping. Okay, just to do the cropping of those files. Okay, so we're going to do the 5 crops, and we'll see how long it takes me to do this. And then we'll speed up the video if we have to, just to get you guys through this faster. Okay, so here we go, and go. Let's go with the first guy, and maybe you guys will sit along with me on this one. Okay, so I'm going to create my first virtual copy, and that one there. Okay, so this one here, this one. Let's go develop, and let's go crop. And I should have some, come on, let's go. I'm working on a pretty fast machine. I already have some of these automatic. So this is a 5x7. It's chosen to do it that way. I want a 5x7 vertical. So now I have to go and find that guy there. Okay, so that's the first one. So now let's go down here. And now this next one was a 16x9. I've already done some of these, so I have these already here, which are fantastic. This really speeds up my time. So I'm going to do that. Sure, I'll do that. That's there. Let's create another virtual copy here. And I need to create 2 more virtual copies. 2 and 1 more virtual copy. Create a virtual copy. Okay, great. Okay, so then this one we have the 5x7, we have the 16x9. This one's the Instagram one. This one I have to do a custom size. So this one is going to be 1080 by 1350. And let's go here. Boop. And I want that vertical as well. There we go. So I want that vertical. That's that one. And then this one should be simple. This is pretty just square. Let's click here again. And square. We're going to do one that's 100%. There's that. And then we're going to do another one. Oh, let's work on this person here instead. I'm going to do another square one here, 1-to-1 here. And this one's going to be a tighter crop. Okay, we're just going to do a tighter crop of this person. Okay, so we got that. That's the first one. Okay, so I'm 2 minutes and 20 seconds for that one so far. Okay, so now this one again. So I need to create 5 virtual copies. So 1, I can just do it this way, 2, 3, 4, right? So I need 5. Okay, so here we go again. So come up here, cropping 5x7. Yeah, I don't want it that way, I want it that way. Going as fast as I can. Let's do this one. Let's do 16x9 on this guy. Okay, great. Humans are amazing creatures to be able to detect all this stuff. So that's 16x9. This is the Facebook one that we need to do. It didn't save it from the last time, so I have to enter the custom again. So I have to do 1080 by 1350. Okay. And I wanted that vertical. That's great. And let's go here. This one we wanted square. It should be easy peasy because he's pretty much in the center anyways. That's great. And then this one we wanted 1x1, and this one we're doing a little tighter. Okay, there we go. He's a little tighter. So we got square, square, square. Okay, last guy, let's go. Time's ticking. Create virtual copy. Create virtual copy. Create virtual copy. And one more, create virtual copy. Okay, so here we go again, 5x7. Portrait. Boom. Next one, 16x9. We already have the preset in, which is great. 16x9. Great. This one is the Facebook one. I have to enter that one custom. 1080 by 1350. Okay. And want that portrait. That's good. And next one is square. That's great. And the last one is tight square, like tight aspect ratio. So boom. And let's get this going here. And there. Okay, so stop. So that's me. That's me moving pretty quickly. So I have 5 minutes and 39 seconds in order to do that cropping. Um, now what I have to do is doing this. I would have to go and figure on the export. Okay, so I'm not even going to bother going through the export because what I have to do now is I would have to go and find like each one of these 5x7 files. Probably go G. Probably G would probably be the easiest way to do it. So I have all of these files now from these guys. I would have to go and group them, like go grab that guy, and grab that guy, right? And then go file, export. And I could typically have a 5x7 preset if that's what I have. If I wanted to, I could do that. But now what I would have to do is come in here, and I'm going to call this 5x7, and whatever size it was that I wanted to do. If there was a long edge, no, I don't want a long edge. So I just have to be careful here because I want to make sure that I'm exporting everything. And I'm going to hit export. And it's exporting 3 files, and it does it pretty fast. Like Lightroom's pretty efficient at doing that. So now I have to go to the next set of files. So here, and here. These are the 16x9s, and then I have to go file, export. Right. So this is going to be 16x9. Again, this is at 100%, so I don't have to worry about resizing it. And that's in a subfolder. Oh, in the file, I forgot the file name. So in the file name, I have to now go and change, insert custom text. So it's going to be file name, custom text, done. And then I have to do 16x9 on this one. So I'll have to go back and check the 5x7s. I have to do that. That's a step I forgot. So now I have Facebook ones. Facebook, and I think that's a Facebook. Yes. So export. This is going to be Facebook. And this is going to be Facebook. Then I have to remember to go down to size, and I have to tell it specifically height, width, and height. So that's going to be 1080 from 1350 is what it needs to be. So that's going to export those 3. And now I have to remember the LinkedIn. That's the LinkedIn far. And so basically what this is doing is this is adding another 10. Well, another, not a 10. This is about, I stopped the clock, so I might still be going, actually. No, I just stopped it. This is just adding more time to the whole process and procedure. So this is LinkedIn. Why is it that I put in subfolder? Okay, LinkedIn bar and LinkedIn bar, because I want those named that way. And I have to remember to turn off that resizing again. Oh, they're supposed to be resized. They're supposed to be 400 by 400, so it's fine. I think you can do it this way. 400 have to be a square, and so that's just an export there. And then we have the last one, export, file, export, LinkedIn close. Then that's close, and that's close. Okay, and I'd already found a folder there earlier, and this should be the same size, export. Okay, so there we are, we're stopped. That was just under 10 minutes of me doing that activity, just to do that. Now, if I use a program like Capture One, let's say, if I use Capture One, then I'm going to be doing a very similar thing where I have to take my image and I have to create virtual copies and then create those crops. And then what I can do is I can go into my exports folder and I would have to go ahead and create individual recipes for those, changing the name of the folder that I was going to be throwing everything into every time. So it's a little more cumbersome of a process. Okay, so let's get out of there and let's go into Photoshop. So now what I want to do is I want to do that exact same action using Sendit. Okay, so just to be fair, I'm going to remove everything here out of the everything, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing that we did in Lightroom. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to reset this clock. So we were just under 10 minutes with that one. So ready, set, and go. Okay, so clock is going, and now let's go. We had those three gentlemen that we had. I'm just going to pick, oh, let me just go here, and I get that error on this version. Okay, here we go. So I chose, who did we have? We had this guy, and we had this guy, and who was the last guy? I think we had this guy, right? Those are the three guys we had. Who were the three guys we had? Him, and him. Okay, so it's all right. We have time. So it wasn't that guy. It was this guy. Okay, so we chose those three guys, the same three guys. And what we're going to do is, so we've chosen those three folders. The output folder is the same. I just chose it. I've chosen to create subfolders so that the program will automatically put these in whatever recipe we did. And I'm going to just start making my recipe. So that's a 5x7 here. I want it to scale. I want it 100%. And just to be fair, I'm going to re-enter these numbers because they just default to that. And I'm doing subject aware so that it automatically knows where to crop. And you know what? I'm a nice guy today, so I'm going to give these guys, I'm going to enhance the image a little bit, and I'm going to give them a black and white copy for free. And I'm just going to go apply. Great. Let's add another one here. This is going to be the 16:9. And again, to scale, width is going to be 16 and height is 9. Sure, let's give them that as well. Apply. Good. And let's create another one. This is the Facebook one, right? So Facebook, and this one is unique because it has the width is going to be 1080, and the height is going to be 1350, and this we want specific dimensions here, so it has to be 1080 by 1350. And that's it. I'm not going to bother with black and white for this, but I'll automatically just do the enhance because I like it. I'm going to go here and I'm going to do the LinkedIn one now. So LinkedIn far close, or far, right? We called it far. LinkedIn far, and we know that that one's going to be dimensions. That one has to be 400 pixels. And that's going to be 1 to 1. Subject aware. Yes, we're going to give them that. Perfect. And now we're going to do add. We're going to go LinkedIn close. And that's going to be a JPEG. Everything's the same, except all I have to do is hit center, and that's going to tell it to come in a little center. I don't need a black and white copy for that one, and I'm going to apply that. And why not, while we're at it, let's just add one more, my favorite, called the big ol' circle. And we're going to do a circle crop of this one. It's going to be a 1000 pixel circle. Let's make a circle. I don't want any of those strokes or anything. I'll do a white background on it. It's going to be square. And let's do that and apply. So I'm just double checking, creating subfolders. Here's all my recipe. And we are at 3 minutes and 29 seconds. And now let's just apply. Okay, update successful and process. So this is going to take about, at this point, it's going to take about 30, 35, 40 seconds per image in order to actually create this. So I'm going to let this go. The clock is going to stay on. I'll just keep it here and we can see what the program's doing as it's going. So it's intelligently finding where they are. It's intelligently going and choosing the crops and doing everything that it needs to do. This guy is almost done here. It's going to switch over to the next person in a second. It just did the LinkedIn ones. Okay, there it chose the next guy. So 3 people. And the best part about this is once you've entered those recipes, right, you can save that recipe for yourself. Maybe it's for a specific client. Maybe they want Teams. Maybe they want Zoom profiles. Maybe they want whatever. As long as you have the image specs that they want the output to, you can just apply that to anything and then upsell that as a package. Upsell it as a social media package, upsell it as an office ready package or an office optimized image package. We already have photographers who are selling these things for hundreds of dollars, making their initial investment on Sendit like nothing. They've already made money on it. So that's totally possible. Let's see how we're doing here with this. Oh, it just made the circle. Fantastic. And last guy going here. And we should be 3 seconds. So in the time that it took us just to crop those last 3 images in Lightroom, we've already created everything. And so that's me actually creating the presets too. So once those presets are done, I don't have to do any of that cropping work anymore. So I'm making the recipe the first time. Yeah, okay, it's going to take a little time. But now I can just come back and do this over and over and over again. So it's just cranking away here. And this is limited only by the speed of your computer and the processor. I'm working on an old Intel machine here. And here we have the folder ready for us for the output that we've created in our output recipe. So we have a series of folders that have been created for us that are correlated to our actual recipe names. So we had a 5x7 recipe, we had a 16x9, we had a Facebook, we had a LinkedIn close, and we had a LinkedIn far. And for sport, we decided that we were going to throw in a big old circle to it as well here in the Sendit thing. So here we have our 5x7 folder, and all of our images now, if we open this up, are renamed with a 5x7 at the end of it. And because some of them we did a black and white, it also put that on the end too. So when our clients look at these files, they know exactly what file it is. They know whether or not they need a 5x7. They know if they need an 8x10. They know if it's an Instagram or a Facebook file. They know if it's a LinkedIn or if it's a Teams file or a Zoom file. It'll have that name on it just because you've put that as part of the recipe. So we have 16x9s are all named accordingly. We have Facebook, LinkedIn one's close. There's the Facebook, LinkedIn far. Those are all there as well. So, and then of course we have the big old circle. But that's just the file naming and the file organizing part of it. Let's see how those images actually look. Okay, so here we are in Photo Mechanic, which is a fantastic program if you just want to view photos really quickly. If you don't have it, I strongly suggest that you pick that one up from Camera Bytes. I think it is. They make that. So here we go. This is our parent folder, and our first one are the 5x7s. So this created the 5x7 images and gave us the complementary black and white versions, which are that's pretty good looking black and white, if I do say so myself. And what we didn't have to do in order to create the black and white is create yet another virtual copy and apply a preset. So we didn't have to do that manually. The program took care of that automatically. Plus, it's also applied a little bump in contrast and brightness for us because of the James Pop. 16x9s are here. Again, complementary black and whites. We didn't have to do anything for that. The Facebook photos, not a problem. See, they're all named with the Facebook extension, which is perfect. LinkedIn close, LinkedIn far, and again, thank you. And of course, something that we can't do in Lightroom, again, is create the circles or polygon crops. It doesn't allow for that. But we can do that here. We can totally do that here. And this was a close-up, centered, circular crop. And that's why these guys are all so close. Otherwise, it would be a circle around the 100% size, so they'd be a little farther back. But that's it. That's what Sendit's doing, and that's what it's creating for us, and it's making it capable. It's possible for us to go ahead and create these recipes, and we can export them then for our clients. We can go ahead and save this recipe and just reuse it over and over and over again. So maybe you have a certain product and it requires very specific outputs. Maybe you shoot something like schools where you have where if you take one image and you crop it 3 different ways that the clients are going to buy all 3 files. Or maybe you have something like a headshot business where you want to be able to provide clients social media ready sized images, or a corporate client where you need to do Teams sized photo, or a Zoom profile picture, or you need something for an annual report, or you need something that they need to be able to put into press or to web or whatever other corporate pieces of software or executions that they may need, right? So you can go ahead and create those presets inside of Sendit. You can create those and just go ahead and just hit export and name it the file what you want to do, and you can save all of those and just recall them. That way, guys, it took 45 seconds for each file to do. Like that's nothing. So I don't want to interfere with how you guys export and like retouch your images. That's you. That's your artistry, or that's your product, or that's your execution, whatever that may be. Sendit is not trying to interfere with how you do things at all. All Sendit is an opportunity for you to multiply the value of the product that you're already producing. To multiply it like not twice, not like tenfold, but like 20-fold and 30-fold, because what your clients see is that you have taken the time to understand their needs. You've taken the time to organize the files. You've taken the time to rename the files. You've taken the time to understand what they are going to need and how they can best use the images that they've invested in having been taken in the first place. So how many times have you received a phone call from people saying, I'm trying to access the files, but it's not working. I can't download the files to my phone. And it's like, it's because it's too big. It's too big of a file for your phone, or it's too big of a file for it to go into LinkedIn. Or you see your work that you created and it looks like poop. Like it looks terrible. And you're like, what did they do to the photo? And it's because that platform has like taken your big file and stripped it out of all the stuff in order to compress it and do whatever. We can add value to our clients by giving them the opportunity to use files that have been specifically tailored for those applications. And when we do that, our clients go, wow, that person really cares about the work, or wow, that photographer really cares about me because they took the time to generate all these other files that are specific to that use. They don't know that you're using an app, that it takes 45 seconds to do it. They have no clue. All they know is what they see, and what they see is what they receive. So it's not the 3 files that you sent them on Dropbox or WeTransfer or Pixieset or any other platform. It's not the 3 files that they download. It's the package that they download, because you are that serious about your work. You're that serious about the value that you've created here, that you are going to already start controlling that narrative on how it's used and how to get the most quality out of those products. So your clients are going to thank you. They're going to be wowed. You are going to be adding value with every time that you use this application. You're going to be saving time so that you can spend more time doing the things that actually make you money. This doesn't make us money, guys. This makes us money, or bettering our life by spending more time doing the things that we want to do instead of sitting down trying to do the same crop, like 5x7, 8x10, whatever. Let's just program. Let's just use a program and automate that process and get our life back. Like, that's the least we can do for ourselves. Anyways, use Sendit, give it a shot. We're happy to announce today that there's a free trial for you to use. The link is down below or here or somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet, but it's there. So go ahead and find that link to that and download it. Install it into your system. It's super easy. Just throw it into your scripts folder and try it for 3 hours. It'll be active for 3 hours. Try the recipes. Try whatever you can. Make some circles, make some squares. Take a client job and just blow it up. Like, create a bunch of stuff that's usable for your clients. There's a bunch of default presets here. So here, just 1 second. I'm just going to export this group right here and export, open. Okay, great. And just a sec. Let me just do that. Let me do it. Stop that. So I'm going to export this recipe, and it just created this settings text, and that's great. It did that. And great, open, and great, thank you. So you can just go ahead and create, there are, 1 second, yes, there are 42 presets that you have access to here that you can go ahead and do that. Go ahead and pick and use whatever you choose in there to dissect and create your own little script recipe that you want to do. If you don't have any use for Snapchat ones, you can just turn them off, or you can just remove them altogether. If you don't use them and you're not going to use them, that's totally fine. Just go to town. Do you, boo. And try it out. See if this is going to be viable for yourself or for your business. And I think you're going to find that, yeah, it is. It's going to, once you have those recipes and you can call them back based on what clients you have or what products you want to sell, this is going to be a no-brainer for you, right? You are going to make this investment, like this investment's nothing. You're going to make this back in no time. So go ahead, try it out. Play with it. If you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it, and just see if it's for you. And I know it will be, and that's why I built it. And I'm a working photographer. I'm not a software kind of guy. I just built a product that I know that, or built a tool more than anything. Built a tool that does specifically what I need it to do, and I decided to share it with the rest of you guys. So you guys get a better experience and your clients get a better experience, and we elevate this industry that we're all so gung-ho to be a part of. So anyways, enough of my preaching. Send it. That's how it works. Go try it for yourself. Can't wait for you to try, and I will talk to you all very soon. Ciao.